Hi, Manna family. We're studying the Ten Commandments, and today we're going to take a look at the second commandment. Exodus 24 says, "You shall not make for yourself an idol, or any likeness of what is in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the water under the earth. You shall not worship them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children, on the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing loving kindness to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments." The first commandment tells us who we worship, God alone. The second commandment tells us how we worship. No idols, no substitutes. When Jesus was talking with the Samaritan woman at Jacob's well, she wanted to know the location of where people were supposed to worship God. Jesus told her that the real issue wasn't the geographic location of worship. The key issue is that God is the Spirit, and those who worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. Any representation of God misrepresents God. You've heard the story about the little boy in Sunday school who was drawing a picture of God. The teacher said, "No one has seen God at any time." The little boy says, "Well, they'll know what He looks like when I'm done with this picture." Many people create an image of God that suits their own sin nature. Their God in their mind that they create is okay with their white lies, their potty mouth, and their X-rated entertainment. This is idol worship. It's not an idol on the shelf, it's an idol inside the self. See, we don't get to define God as we see fit. God has told us in the Bible who He is and what He is like, and worshiping anything less than the God of the Bible is idolatry. This command to reject idol worship is repeated over and over again throughout the Bible. This command forbids the worship of any man-made religious images made with your hands or created in your mind. The problem with religious images is that they direct our attentions to the creation instead of the creator. People often say, well, statues, pictures, artwork, and images, they remind me of God. They help me worship God. The problem is that no matter how beautiful the image, it always degrades and distorts the glory of God. If someone told you that they put a picture of a spider on their wall because the spider reminded them of you, you'd be insulted. That's exactly how God feels when we use images of Him. For someone to say that looking at a statue of Jesus helps them keep Jesus in mind is like a man who says he goes out with other women to keep his wife in mind. God's love is jealous, and He hates it when we worship substitutes and not Him. We belong to God, and He is jealous to protect our love in the same way as a husband and wife are righteously jealous for each other's love. Righteous jealousy is a passion to protect what is rightfully yours. Spouses should be jealous for each other's affections, and so should parents. I don't want my children going around calling some other man dad. Love that does not care isn't love. God promises to punish idolaters through the fourth generation. That's through the great-grandchildren. Now, we know that God never punishes innocent people. Each individual chooses to worship God or reject Him and then lives with the consequences of their choices. However, if grandpa hates God, it's going to have a profoundly negative impact on his children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren. See, no one sins in isolation. Our sin always affects other people, especially those close to us. However, God says, to those who faithfully love and obey me, I will promise my loyal love to thousands of generations of their descendants. God's mercy is always greater than His judgment. Remember, God designed us to do life together